Hi there. So I'm going to do a. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. I'm going to do a layout for someone I call B now, and then for someone else who actually had some quicker one. Just the other day, but I will do another one. So first for B then. Oh, this is a double deck, so shuffling is not always so easy, and my cat is staring me down here. I just have to see if I have all. No, I turned some of them upside down. So, like so. Okay, I will just start now. Shuffle them. So, now, here we go. Central card, I will do a general Mandrake cross or Celtic cross almost. So it's a Knight of Pentacles, and this, I think, it could be someone that you think of, a man, maybe. But it's also he's gardening and putting out plants in the garden. So maybe this is your focus just right now and being very with your hands in the earth, in the soil, uh, focused on that. That's really grounding and rewarding to see how the sprouts come up and everything. So maybe that is in your focus right now to see the fruits and vegetables or flowers is here in this picture. This is, by the way, the Book of Shadows Tarot, as above, so below. And yeah, so yeah, he seems to be absorbed a bit in this. Yeah. So this, I think, is a pause somehow from where you have been before to, in, if this is the case and for you with these plants and so on, I think it gives you a solace or healing or relaxation that you have a need for, yeah, or have had the need for. So, oh, my cat, I need to play with her right now, apparently, but I won't right now. Okay, so I will just check if she's a little bit disturbing. I try to ignore her, but it's hard. Okay, yeah, and there are almost like small gnome people here also helping out with this, just to connect with the earth itself and with the fairy people or so on. I think this is a very healing thing for you. Does she really have to play now? She was out in the sun just sleeping until right now. Just in front of me also. Okay, yeah. But this could also be someone else that you think of, a man who does this then, if so, because it's a man on the, it's obviously a knight also, but on the picture there, or image, there is a man. Yeah. But anyways, to be practical and uh, hands-on, do things like this is probably a masculine trait in a way, or considered like that. So, okay, I will not try to dream myself into each of the cards too much, but this seems like there is quite a space or of land where you can plant your stuff. It's not just like a balcony or so, as I have. I try to fill it though, but yeah. So uh, when it comes to foods and so, then you kind of need larger space for that. But anyways, moving on. Maybe this man have that. He might have a space for that you don't, and so I still want to like drift into this. I'm a little bit tired also. It's so hot here, so it's really a little bit hard to sleep at nights. Easier in the daytime, actually. Anyway, mm, This harmonious, things aren't nothing chaotic there. Okay, let's see now. What's blocking this then? You have some worries still. Here is the Queen of Chalices. Um, yeah, maybe this represents you and someone else, and then you are the more warrior kind, and he is soothing for your anxiety or sadness or sorrow, maybe in your case. So he listens and he comforts you as best he can. I don't think he can really fully understand or reach you where you are in that, but just that he is beside you. You really like that comfort, and I think that maybe you want to be. I think these both of these cards suggest that you want to be around this man or with him much more. Yeah. Um. Yeah. You are also very loving, of course, but here you have a lot of needs also. So, hi Jessica. I'm continuing with the reading that I do now or layout. It takes some time. I drift into the cards, so if you want to check in like in 40 minutes, then maybe I can pull some cards to questions or so. Or if you want to stay and listen, that's fine. Yeah. So, anyways, what's blocking this harmony, let's say, or the flourishing or coming to fruition thing, uh, is very much your emotions still, I think. Maybe he feels like it's not a burden in a, not like he'll put it on you or think that it's you are doing something wrong, but I think maybe he wants to be more by himself because it also takes a little bit to be a comforter, let's say. I don't know if I interpret this right, but okay. Thank you for waiting. Yeah, I think, and by the way, maybe I should say that to begin with here. I think I've the settings on YouTube here is from 18 and up, so you shouldn't be able to be younger because then I won't do these things. As well as I don't read the cards in the psychic sense, a little bit intuitively, but so you know, maybe I misinterpret and then you have to figure out what it is related to your circumstance. And also, if you give wrong information, then I probably weigh that information into the reading and then it goes in the wrong direction. But that's, yeah, well, you know that anyway. Okay, let's see now. Yeah, that's that. The sorrow that you carry is a little bit hard to understand, and also I think you can feel, although it's okay. I mean, it's enough that he's just there, present, like someone to just have body contact with or anything that soothes you. But he may feel a bit helpless to resolve it. You know, he may feel more comfortable doing those things that he knows, okay, if I plant this and do this, then this is the result. He feels a little bit out of yeah, a little bit helpless, wanting to do more, you know. He's very very caring though, and you are also, you need to take a lot of care for yourself right now. So okay, and then we have the Ace of Earth. Here it's a pentacle with a person in this at the center with outstretched arms and legs, like, yeah. So what does this mean? This is what can help you, and here are also some gnomes and all the elements actually, and the elementals. So it's about balancing yourself. Grounding yourself is really really good, because I think at the moment your emotions take over and they are very heavy. I mean, they do now and then, anyways. And yeah, you need some healing and some. And this is very. All these cards, in a way, are very calm. But yeah, one thing you could do, actually, one of the first. I read this Spiral Dance by Starhawk, and there she had a practice thing where you were laying down in this, let's say, pentacle shape or pentagram shape, and feeling the edges of the, I mean, feeling the top of the head, the you can think of as if you draw a star like that, 5-pointed star, and then if you feel the energy at the top of the head, and then on the right foot, and then the or tip of the toes, and let's say however you think that you draw it, then you can draw it in any kind of way, but and then the left hand's fingertip, and then the right hand fingertip, and then the toes of the left foot, and then the top of the head again, and just make that energy flow, and eventually feeling how with your arms right at the center, right, you understand, like a star, yeah. Just laying on your back like that, and then I had the most amazing feelings when I did this. I was like 25 or something, and wow, the kind of orgasmic feeling in the head, or in the, in the whole body, when the energy is balanced in in all these points. It's really fantastic. It feels really, really good. So if you can lay down like that on the floor or whatever, obviously it's very strong if you could be then outdoors like that on the ground, but still it works well on the floor as well. So what you try to do with the energy in that sense is to feel that it's equally strong in each of those 5 points. Yeah, that balances you very much. And I also did like, or I got chakra flow massage. I do that as well on others, but then someone was giving me that quite often, and I had those horrible pains on there. You massage certain points on the thigh, and I almost screamed when she just touched lightly, and when I've just done this practice for quite a little bit, I mean a few times, or just it was not much. Then when she did that, she didn't know about that, but then when I got that massage again, they were, all of them were gone. There were no. It was like releasing all those stuck energy things. I should do that again. I'm sure, but still, but it's a seed. It's a new start, and yeah, very much about grounding things as well, but also a encouragement that things can be so much, will become way, way better, and that it's on its way. And yeah, it's very much also about trust, I feel, just laying down like that, or yeah, being carried by the elements, by the universe and spirit, of course, to trust, even if you feel vulnerable or don't know what will happen next. And so um, maybe that's a practice for you, I don't know, but it reminded me of that one. So what you're aware of, um, here we have the circle. I've said this to you several times, that you don't know about witches things a lot, but I think you have a lot of this naturally. So this is, it's a little bit different in this card, because this would be number 12, and that's generally the Hanged Man, right? So here it's the circle. So here it's what you're aware of. I think she stands here in the center of the, like a stone circle or something here, and all the various elements and spirits are around her. But this, I think, in your case, means what you're aware of, that you cannot change. I mean, when I think about the Hangman, it's something you can't change. Those that are in spirit are in spirit, like that. But at the same time, maybe I have to move this. My belly bumps into it. At the same time, you are very aware of the connection to the spirit realm. Those that surround you, you feel connected, as well as to the earth. But I think you're very aware of the energy surrounding you. Pretty maybe, yeah, maybe more so than the earth plane sometimes, and that's why probably you need to ground yourself. Yeah. But I guess also in your case that you wish they were here physically, and yeah, they aren't in that case, but they are still very present. Sometimes more so, actually, but we don't see it that way sometimes. Yeah, okay. What you're unaware of then? Oh, here's Seven of Fire. I think I need to read about this because some of these represent planets, and what I can say, this looks like an old man with a whatever he has in his hair and beard, like like as if he was living out in the forest like for a long time. Let's see who this is. I don't know all of my decks by heart. This is Uranus or Uranus. No, I'm just kidding. The crazy genius of the skies. While he brings shocks and surprises, they are usually in the long run exciting and beneficial. I can understand this, how this is not something you see. This is, yeah, as I said, something you don't see. And but you know about shocks and surprises. So I'll read this whole thing actually. When Uranus decides to make its presence known, it is usually by way of sudden big changes, sometimes brought on by radical impulsive behavior or just as likely brought on by no apparent cause. The events heralded by Uranus serve to break us out of ruts and inspire our inner genius. Rules are broken willy-nilly, and originality and insight ensure, freed from bonds of stagnation, boundaries, and ennui. I don't know what that exactly means. Now she's playing around again. That word I don't know, or however you even pronounce it. Where was I now? Independence, innovation, and idealism are the new normal. The Seven of Fire promise exciting times. We should be ready to expect the unexpected from life and from ourselves. And in this case, do not expect the surrounding cards to provide much detail about the particulars, but I think you know what this is. So that's the point of this experience, not knowing what's coming. Yeah, and I think that goes along with this Ace of Earth as well, and with this the Circle card, because you can connect to all the universe. I mean, but we can't hold on. We can't know and protect ourselves from losses and so on in the material 3D sense. Yeah. So I think you understand this, so I won't have to say much more about this. But you understand it, but at the same time, I don't think you are aware of that there is a positive purpose in it, and it's understandable. Still, it's there in the card. So, okay, the past related to these central cards as well. No. I'm just lying to here. One of Pentacles again, but another one because as I said, this is a double deck. So what it's about now is like to relax into the whole universe, to know that you're protected, because the pentacle as well is a protective symbol. To know that you are carried, protected, and can rest into this that life carries you. But what have been then is the Ace of Pentacles in the more mundane sense, and yeah, that pretty much is similar. But here I see those gnomes going around again. But it's about they carry huge rocks, moving them, and so on. It's about building and working, creating. But here also is a seed. It's something new that you started some way. maybe with this person in the center, maybe with this man, then you decided, you chose this particular person or path, and it have given you also, or the potential for riches, you saw that there, and that's there, or it have grown into much of what you've wanted, I think. Yeah. I also think about, here's a hand picking one stone or rock here into the hands, and there are those different gnomes around having their rocks. So I think this is also choice between various males, maybe, and you chose this one. Yeah. Okay, since that is very central, that's why I interpret it that way. We will see, and you can let me know afterwards how you think, what you think they mean. So for the closest future here, then we have Two of Swords, and this is a card for sometimes choices and sometimes difficult choices. But here it's very much about peace. So I think the messages to you is very much, she sits there in meditative, in meditation, and she's very, very harmonious here. Um, so, and there are some fairy folk in her hands, or some, yeah, sylphs. Yeah. I think that you will find so much balance within when you start to meditate more. I don't know if you really do that. Maybe you have mentioned it, but here I think you won't be drawn into this dualistic back and forth thinking about everything this way or that way, or you will just let things be and be peaceful in that, and let things, maybe even not making choices if you don't feel like you know what choice you want to make, then just relax in it and see what comes out of it, or when it will become clearer for you, or something like that. Yeah. So I see you very soon becoming very, very harmonious. Even if the conflicts aren't gone, you have that centeredness in yourself, and so peaceful. You really find some deep relaxation within that no one can touch. So it's very beautiful. Mm. Yeah, I will move on, but that's wonderful. That's really suggested pretty much. And since it's a number two, also, I think that is related to the relationship as well, and that you don't get pulled into too many conflicting, as I said, conflicting thoughts or so on. I think, yeah, that's what I think. Okay, moving on here. Here is how you see this. Here is the Justice card, and here in this picture, there is a woman who have been walking on high heels for all day, working hard, and have some pains afterwards. But to what's the saying about no pain, no gain? That's a silly, idiotic saying, I feel like, but still, um, it feels like you have been. If I translate it this way, anyways, I think that the path you have been working and how hard this have been beforehand, of course you feel the pain from it also now, things that have happened previously and that you have been through. I mean, you have had to fight a lot and to be very strong and cope. So now you can take care of yourself more, like she's massaging these feet who are uh, sore from walking on those heels. Yeah. But it's nothing to, I mean, even if you feel like pain or very low or so on, it's absolutely nothing in the cards that says that you shouldn't feel like that, or it's like something you should blame yourself for in any kind of way. It's natural to do so. They just encourage you to also be very sweet with yourself. Meanwhile, and be compassionate with yourself, that you may need more comfort or more yeah, almost like spa time with yourself. Do things that are really good for you, and also peaceful time, calm time, to process and digest all the things that you have been through. Okay. Then we have the surroundings, or maybe you also, or how they see you. And here is the Tower. And yeah, I think maybe this is both you and how others see you, because it's like someone standing up here in a, I don't know if they, what is she doing? Talking on the phone, or yeah, talking on the phone. Yeah, maybe get some messages here that are horrible. But you see her as very tall in red clothes, and then you see something that like broken. I wouldn't some, not glass, but something broken in that, into pieces from that same, in that same color of red, and the other things in the kitchen are like blue greenish. So it symbolizes, I feel like, a part of you have been totally broken or crushed, or maybe it feels like the whole you sometimes. Yeah, and others may see that too. Yeah. But I mean, related to the situation for you, it's hard to say that this is just an illusion, but it is in the ultimate sense. But I mean, if you lose someone, or if you have sudden, unexpected, even expected, but messages that make your whole world fall apart, it's not an illusion, obviously, in that sense of this world we normally think of living in. So, but ultimately, because the Tower is also about gaining more access to the truth. I mean, knowing more of who we are, what we are here for, all those things. So you can never lose yourself or break, truly. But yeah, these have been very tough, and others see that too. And it is still, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, moving on. This is what you fear or hope. And here we get the Wheel of Fortune, and probably you long for that. You really want to get into that space that where as I also mentioned, about this peacefulness of just not being in conflict, or feeling low, like, or sad or crushed. And also to be able to see opportunities, not only see what have passed you by, or what have changed in what is lost, so to speak, but to see what is coming towards you, that in the now something is constantly, there are opportunities coming towards you all the time. So I think you hope also, everything comes back around, also is the one of the messages of this wheel. And it's a wheel of fortune, so it's a good thing. This is mainly about your hopes and fears, obviously, but still, it also talks about when you are not in, I mean, when you are not swirling around in that wheel, when you can find that meditative outlook, then you will be able to see the opportunities and see it from another perspective, where where nothing is lost, actually, and it will come back around in some form or another. And I think that's what you hope for. I don't know if this card really have any fears, but I think maybe the whole movement of life, that you can't grasp onto things and force life itself to be what we want it to be all the time. In many ways, we can influence things as well, especially being aware of the now and staying in that, and taking, not advantage, but yeah, taking those opportunities. Yeah, I think this is a struggle for you. This whole that everything constantly moves, anything can change in any moment, um, and to find a way to see the beauty of that. I think also in what's the English word for that? That everything is förgängligt. You are Swede actually, so you know that. But everything, yeah. Anyways, you know what I mean then. So that also means that everything is possible. If that wasn't, things couldn't change for the better, which always is the case also. So yeah. Anyways, the last card for you now, and you can also ask questions if you want to later, even if you're not here now, you can ask them later. So let's see. Here we have Knight of Swords. I think you need to write. You need to make it more physical for yourself in a way. Even if it's nothing you keep or so on, just write down your thoughts and emotions, or anything that pops up that you need to get expressed. There is one person I know who works, I have gone like some education in therapeutic writing. I don't know what that is, but I know that writing in itself can be very therapeutic in any way. So just give yourself that peace and time to, it can be anything, just lit a candle and some incense maybe or something, and just give yourself, um yeah, you can also write inspiration or things you would want, or anything, because when you put it down on a paper, it becomes less chaotic. And also, as I said, it's a therapy in itself to get it out of your own system and onto paper. And I suggest, as in this image, that you do it. I mean, you write with your hand, not on a computer. Pen on paper. So, but it looks very harmonious here. So I think you will find a way to get out of the things that you feel like it would be more or less impossible to get out of. But it is, and you will soon feel a relief from these uh, heavy things, and that will be surprising to you, I think. It can feel like some things will stay forever, and it will probably come back and go and so on. But you will generally feel a peaceful happiness, and also being solid in yourself, as if nothing can shake you. I mean, you have been through so much, and that also means that you know your strength. You are still here. And you also have a lot to share. And I think I also talked about this with you before, about the whole maybe writing a book, because she's writing and writing. And yeah, and it's so much brighter. Things are getting much brighter. Light is coming in. And also, you may be inspired by those you have in the spirit realm in what you write as well. Anything you feel the need to express, do that. Even if it's not for someone else's eyes, or if you just get rid of it afterwards, or it's still very healthy. So, yeah, this was a different kind of reading, I feel. But it's very good to see all the calmness and the love in a very sweet ways, and also the trust. I think this is about the Knight of Swords also here. It's about this. It reminds a bit of this circle card, in the sense that it feels like you get inspired by the spirit realm, and you are very aware of that, and maybe also automatic writing or something, because this will make this connection stronger, or not maybe stronger, but it will make it more clear to you that you have it. So I think this is a way for you to channel things actually also in writing. So yeah, I think I will just end that there for you, and hope this gives you something, and ask me later if you want to. I'll just check how many that were Earth cards and how many that were, I mean, it's as above, so below cards. There are way more. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 7 Earth cards and 4 above cards then. So this is overall very much about grounding things, and so don't let yourself lift off in this connection with the spiritual realm either. You don't need to. They can also lower their vibe to be here with us in this reality, so to speak. So it's also, therefore, it's good for you to write things down and like to manifest and materialize things. Yeah, because you should be here. And also in these silent meditations, you will feel their presence or maybe their touch in a sweet way or something, but it won't uh, it won't disturb your peace. But these are constantly around you and with you. So yeah. And also when it comes to, because the central here was related to, I think, this man or some relationship, and I think the writing maybe also can be a way to, instead of reaching for support on the outside, I mean, you can do that too, and it's good to do that. But also when you want to express certain things or that are important to you, maybe if you write them or talk to yourself, so to speak, or write them down a few times for yourself, it becomes clearer and you know exactly how to express it also to others then, or that person if need be. But I don't think you will need it too much then, because you will realize that you can kind of save yourself. You know that you are supportive and there for you. So yeah, that was that. But I think if you wonder what the blockage is here with related to this man, then it may be that he doesn't have the resource. He doesn't know that it's enough what he does already. So I think he probably feels that he is that he lacks what you need to fully, like that. So the more harmonious you become with yourself, and so the more he will understand that nothing more is asked. I mean, asked of you. What you say? What did I say? You know what I mean. That he is. Then he may feel that he's okay with open up more or what it is, because he doesn't feel like responsible to heal you. I think maybe also, so that you can heal yourself pretty much as well. So anyways, that was the cards. All right, so there was another one that I should pull cards for, but Jessica is here, so I could, if you have a question, if you still listen, or if you still is here, I don't know. Otherwise, let's start with this other reading for this other person, the M person. I wonder if someone is writing on Facebook to me. No. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do this for the M person. Although there was already one, but that may have changed. So let's see now. For her. Oh, I actually. Anyways, doesn't matter. I did a different thing than I used to do with the previous one. I just recall when it comes to cutting the deck. I cut it towards me. I usually do it away from me when it's for someone else. So, oh, how much I started when I talk. So central here is the sun. So, I mean, this is also the weather. It's very sunny, right, or warm usually, although it was quite rainy the other day when we met. Well, so this also is a on this. This is the whatever is this deck called now. I don't even know the name of the deck. That could be good. It's called the Gilded Tarot. So here is also the astrological, the circle of the, you know, the star sign, no, sun signs. Yeah, sun signs it is. Yeah, and that. So maybe it's also connected to astrology, and the central here is the sun. But in your case, maybe this is about being the central yourself, the center yourself, and not have how others perceive you or see you, or what they think, or however they're yeah, actually I've said it already. That is not at the center. That at the center is you and what you think, you know. But it's a very happy card, so I think you feel pretty okay and good at the moment. I would suggest, and you need to be in the center to feel good. And these cards, actually I bought these because of the back of them. I think they're very, I do that many times when it comes to cards. I like how they look on the back side. And here's like a, hard to describe, but it's, yeah, it's a sun like sign at the back as well. Yeah, so let's see what blocks this then for you. Page of Pentacles. It may be also children, actually, because this is someone, yeah, slow. It can be, it could be a younger man or a younger person overall. But in your case, I think this might be a younger, I mean, child or children. It can be others' children as well, that slow things down for you when it comes to things you want to manifest and do, because you also have to prioritize or take in consideration those things. Yeah, because there is a lot you want to get moving. Yeah, and you can't only have you focus on yourself, obviously, if you have kids. So yeah, and let's see. So the advice here is the Emperor. Yeah, it's very much to take charge of all areas of your life, that you want, that you should be the one, obviously at the center, as I said, but also um, not in under someone else. You should be the one who make the decisions in all areas of your life. Yeah, the leader, the Emperor of empires. So you need to be tough in that sense, I think, and not back down to anyone, or let them lead however you want your life to be. So let's see. You're aware of the Magician. What is this in your case? It's number one also, so it could be a new start, but it's also about what you know. I mean, you know your capacity, your capabilities, what you know how to do. Yeah. So, and I think it relates to those things that you want to manifest more, and spread out into the world, and you know that you are good at what you do. Yeah, so that's a good thing. And let's see what you're unaware of. Here is this Hanged Man again. As for the other one, it's that this one is, first of all, you need to change the. I mean, the Hangman very much is then turned upside down, obviously here, and he's not hanged in the sense of as general people think then, but in his feet. And but it still is your mind. I think there are chains here holding him back, and I think those are in your perception. And as long as you stay stuck in having others view at the top, so to speak, I mean how they perceive you, that your behaviors or your will or choices and so on, that is what dominates or steer you, or maybe not motivate you, but then you will a little bit stay stuck. Nothing will really happen, although you have all the abilities. It's very much about how you view yourself. And you are also not above others. It's like you are the center, you are the sun in your life. Others are that in their lives. So it's not a competition as such. It's you are the best you, and you are the one who is, how do you say, is in charge of your life in every aspect. But about the chains here, it's not so easy for you to break these chains, and I think not chains. Um, what are they? It's about the perception of yourself very much, that you somehow not feel good enough, although you know that you can. It's not that. I think the expression about self-confidence and self-esteem. I think in your sense you have self-confidence, but you lack self-esteem. You don't feel that you have this inherent worth just because you are. You know, you don't love yourself in that sense all the time. Anyways, you do it sometimes, I think. Still, this central was a sun, so I think you're getting there. But sometimes maybe because the sun is also what is in the outer world, and so on, related to the moon, which is more the inner, and so still it's very much about that appearance, things like that, or maybe having a set strategy to make yourself come off as in a particular way, or in social environments, that you kind of have, instead of trusting just that you are who you are, maybe you feel like you should, maybe you have some inner idea of how to uh yeah, I think try to, what can I say, I mean, like this, I think what I see in the cards here is that you 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 don't trust that you just shine, as you are. You entangle yourself in trying to make others see that you are the sun or star. You could say that's a star also, the sun, a huge one. So because of that, it actually limits the, let's say, effect. And if that it isn't even the most important thing, but at the same time, it does, it creates fears, and it comes from fear as well, the trying to, um the trying too hard, like, almost, also, because you know this already, that's some those things you have. Let's see now. I try to understand more, but it's very much like they say, like, take charge. At the same time, you can't, like, run the universe. Sometimes it's just the time, it's timing, and time itself also, that just, it's not about you. It's not to, um if things don't happen the way you want them to happen, it may be about the timing, rather than you, that is something wrong in what you have done or whatever, so, I think that might be also something you don't see. You don't recognize that there is some reason for things to be just hanging there sometimes and don't and not succeed because it's beneficial. And also it may relate to what I said first, that we need to turn our perception. We may need to see things in a different way because before things can change. So however you need to change your perception, it is important to do. And I think very much it is the perception of yourself and of valuing others' opinions or appreciations or so on, or some others anyways, more than your own. It's enough really that you know yourself. I mean, everyone, I suppose most anyways, love to get the confirmation also from the outside. So, but if that becomes if that weighs over, then you are suddenly a slave to others' opinions, and that becomes a very difficult way to live. So, anyways, what have been in the past? Knight of Cups. Here is someone, some very loving person, I assume here, that maybe cheers you on, but also I think there is about a proposal, someone who loves you and wants you and wants to marry you, and so. And the nearest future, here is Ace of Cups. So here is a new beginning for love, or a potential for it. And here is also an eye above this cup. And so I think this also, it's like the grail here. And there's moon phases above this cup. Yeah, I think it is very much about your feeling for yourself anyway here as well, although it's always reflected in the outside world, but because of this eye here, I think it's very much how you see yourself and the ability to see everything with you and your whole self with love, no matter what. You don't have to adjust into a certain form, or whatever it is. You are precious the way you are, and more so than you can think. This grail here is stunning. um, and it's about that, to be able to love yourself, because no matter how much anyone from the outside, even if it's in a personal relationship here where someone proposed and so on, I love you very much, it can't you it can't maybe give also to some degree. I think it can influence our self-love, but it can't be an exchange for it. You need to find it yourself. Hadia. Yeah, soon. I will just do this reading first, but you can write your question. There are not many here, so you can write a question and I will take it afterwards, and just stay for a little while. I have some cards left here. I have 4 cards after this before I can ask. No, ask. I'm so tired. Answer questions. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think this is because when you love yourself, when you see yourself with those loving eyes, you can relax in a different way. You can let go of all the whatever it is you need to let go of, but and then you also will meet it in your outer world, that experience. Yeah. And you have to, it's about like the central card of the sun also. It's like you need to see yourself as the most valuable thing. Not a thing obviously, but so as babies do, they just love everything with themselves, and you kind of need that. Sorry, I just popped in a question here. What he thinks so is that a he anyways? I don't think so. Think of you after divorcing me. Well, I don't know if you have been here before, but I never pull cards for others' thoughts than yours, so to speak, and yours. But I can pull a card for the relationship between you, and maybe it shows in those cards or whatever pops up then. But first I will pull 4 other cards for this one, okay? Yeah. So all the cards really put emphasis on this. You need to full force love yourself and also not adjust or compromise, or you should be in charge and think about what do I want and go for that. A little bit ruthless probably also at times, aside from when it comes to you have to take care of children. So but aside from that, don't adjust. Focus on you. Yeah. Right. And your view on this whole thing, it's the Wheel of Fortune. It's similar to the I mean, it's not similar, but it was like the card also the previous one got. Yeah, the sun to center here. This seems like a very different. This seems like a shield, and also very static. It's like as if it doesn't move. They usually look very. They seem very moving. This is so like mechanical, and I think this represents somewhat the way you can be too harsh on yourself. Um, and you can also probably feel stuck even if you're not. I mean, maybe you also are in a way, but it's you who keep yourself stuck by your way of viewing things with this Hanged Man as I saw it. um but yeah, it's like you ask of yourself almost to be a machine to be able to function in that way. You know, if you decide something, it's almost you have that expectation of yourself to, and also to be on top all the time. If so, it's not like you can have those ups and downs. I mean, it's as if you don't allow yourself that, and probably that becomes even more. um I mean, it becomes like a frozen. How can I say? It becomes yeah, mechanical. It becomes like it's almost like you try to press yourself into a frame where you need to be to make certain things happen, but that's not how it is. You can flow with life. You can just be yourself, and that will bring you where you need to be. But you pressure yourself too hard and become, therefore also you become totally blinded to anything else. I mean, to certain opportunities. And so, and that's what I see in this particular um Wheel of Fortune. It looks a bit different than in other decks I see. So okay. And how others see you then? Oh, here's the same with the Tower for you also. Yeah, people see that in some way, that things you build up or things you wish for and so on, they crash down. Things don't go as you want to, and it's almost like they see your downfall. It's like things going downward for you. It could also be that you see this. I mean, that you perceive yourself like this. You want to climb to a certain degree of something or succeed in something, and then something happened that crushes those dreams or visions. um yeah, I think you struggle with status. I think you struggle with how others view, and this one who falls down here is naked. And I feel like, and it's only one actually. Usually it's like a, as in with divorces, two people, but here when the lighting has been stricken, what do you say, stricken, and also you see actually behind the clouds here and the lightning, you see some stars. They're very calm and peaceful behind these all cloudy things, and it's also very blue beneath here that is peaceful. But I feel like you can feel it like as if you were exposed or naked, like um because you put too much emphasis on those outer things and status, how others perceive you, that is. And I think it stresses you, so you push yourself even harder. This is a very muscular person in some ways, and I think that is also a way you can push almost or beyond the breaking point, to be, the best, if you say, yeah. But and since this fall here, or what you say, that brings even more stress, and then you push yourself even harder, instead of realizing that maybe you're building in the wrong way. I mean, that's maybe not what um, would make you happy. That is maybe not what you actually search for, the things you focus so much energy on. And so I think the universe is trying to guide you in a different way for your benefit, obviously. But it doesn't feel like that. I think yeah, you are a fighter, but I think you fight a lot against um, maybe fear of aging. It can be anything like this, where you feel like now you aren't on top as you so much want to be. Anyway, okay, then we have the what you hope and fear for. This was not for you, by the way, Heidi. It comes soon, but this may be also for you. But it's actually a reading for someone else. But sometimes it's something for everyone. Okay. So hopes and fears. Here is 9 of Swords. So yeah, it's a lot of anxiety. What can I say? I maybe should read about this. I don't think this is what you hope for. Yeah, you will hope for it to change, I'm sure. But I think I will read about this card because, yeah, I think this is, it's like someone who can't sleep, who have so many thoughts and stresses. Maybe we'll see. I will read about that actually in this 9 of Swords, because although I know what they mean, it's a bit different in every um, for every deck. I mean, they can have specific meanings. I will read it in this one. By the light of a crescent moon, a woman sits up in bed as if awakened by a bad dream. An owl peer. I mean, this is what you feel about life, I think. Although you try to push, I mean, you try to encourage yourself that, like, oh no, but I think you have this feeling, wow, is this what? Like, an owl peers forward as 9 swords float above her head. She crosses her arms across her chest as if as if to protect her heart. Yeah. As evidenced by the swords, this woman is clearly troubled by some large problem, large enough to disturb her sleep. The owl, a symbol of wisdom, is nearby, apparently ready to share its knowledge and thereby impart some comfort to the woman. As she puzzles out the problem, perhaps she will see her way clear to wisdom and truth. For now, though, she is alone and closed off. This is the hermit is not the hermit, but yeah, um, Major Arcana number 9, then taken to a sad extreme. So this is like excess hermit. You feel very lonely and alone. I mean, as if you can't, others can't understand you, or you can't express at least where you are at or what you feel to others. Like, let's see, yeah, you're sad. In this time of trial, she would do well to reach out and get the comfort and wisdom she needs. It seems that it's near at hand. You are agonizing over something. For whatever reason, you are working through this alone, even through even though help is nearby. Reach out and allow someone to guide and comfort you. Be aware of isolation. You may feel like you're alone, or your pride may stop you from reaching out. You're not alone, and your pride may cost you more than you know. That is what I saw in the other cards as well, although she doesn't look very prideful here. But I think since it is so important to you how others perceive you, um, it becomes as if it would be as if they would see you in a bad light if you shared too much of these things, because you want to be, yeah, successful. You want to be seen as this central sun that spreads all the light. I don't know. Anyways, okay, this is not what you hope for. This is what this is about your fears. And also, I think to stay isolated is a fear of yours. You really want to be connected, but I think you need to change yourself. I mean, what you are. Maybe also, I mean, it seems like those. It's not the devil card here because that is very much addictions, but the chains there that usually is in the devil card also make me think of like that compulsive or addictive behaviors, maybe, that also keep you trapped or awake or whatever. Let's see now the last card about the um outcome here in the maybe 6 months or so from now. Here we have the lovers then, and yeah, that's an awesome awesome card because of the whole birthing of love that comes now of the Ace of Cups, but also how this man also holds this woman up, and really he looks like a Spartan kind of warrior and holds this she have like golden bikini, I don't know, but it's very beautiful though. There are dolphins hopping around in the sea here. And it's this mild sun. It's like night, no, not night, because then it's no sun. Maybe it is because maybe it's the star, but it's like maybe early dawn or at when the sun sets or something. I think it's a sunset maybe. um but there are plenty of fishes in the sea actually here also, but he really I mean, holds her high and really love how she looks, and can also enhance or make you feel like maybe you need that. You need someone to confirm who you are to be able to trust it. And you will, I mean, there will be love here, and this can also sometimes talk about you coming home to yourself, that you are that person lifting yourself uh, into that. I mean, you can look at yourself in that way and see the beauty you are, and care for yourself in that way that you want someone who loves someone would do. Yeah, because I think you treat yourself not so good, like almost, yeah, abusive in a way, as it have been, because you push so hard and demand so much of yourself. um because all these cards also say that you should demand that you make the choices from what's best for you, and that no one else should like do that. But so that's demanding anyway, but it's for you, it's not for whatever, oh sorry, for whatever someone else would think. So, but it's a beautiful end card. So, and maybe, I mean, we are different, everyone is different persons, and I think for some people that is more important than others. I mean, I for one love to be by myself. I am so happy and I'm always almost happy by myself. I mean, I like to be with others as well, but I'm very comfortable with that. I don't need that from the outside. And uh and and some people have stronger need for that. Just and it's a natural need also. It doesn't have to be like an imbalance, but yeah. So I think it will be, you love to have someone around and share things with and so on. So, but as I said, also a balance within, and it seems very happy and yeah, and lovely and loving in all ways. So it will change, although it feels rough right now in many ways. And you can see the potential of things, but you haven't seen the result of them yet. So therefore you feel a bit entangled and can't do much about it. It feels like you have to just wait and see what happens. But it will be well. Things will be good. Yeah, that's what the end card says. Very much so. Very beautiful. You will be like lifted up, and this person will see you very much as the star goddess. Yeah. Yeah. And without being like, I mean, this is a tough one who sees himself as valuable too, but also have the strength to lift you up without it taking away from his value in any way. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it have been a tough ride for you until now, but it will be awesome. So, yeah, that's that. Okay, shall I continue with these cards? I never usually use these. Hey dear, then your relationship with Shab. Shab. I will look at that. Okay, I can't say so much more than this is Four of Swords. I don't know if you are still in here or if you thought the other one was for you, but anyways, I will say this now, and maybe it's for someone else. This says that you are burned out, or maybe he is, because didn't ask the question what he think after divorcing you, but maybe it's an answer still to your question, although I didn't want to ask that particular question. And here is someone who is burned out, who need just relax. It could be you, it could be him, and that is, I mean, really, not only like as a thing you say, but someone who is really, really in need of not having any pressure or any demands to be able to even almost survive this, because this have been really tough, and it could have been tough for you also. There are three swords here, almost like piercing the heart above here, so this couldn't go on. And this could obviously be you also after this divorce, and so needing to just relax, be still, don't put any pressure on yourself, and let your heart and yourself just heal by without any pressure. Because that's the message of the. Maybe I could read it because you are the only one here now, so I will read it for you. What it says here. A worn out soldier finds rest in a quiet, bricked area. For the moment, he is safe from battle. In this sanctuary, he can regroup, and regroup he must, as his problems are still present, as indicated by the swords. But for the moment, he can take a break and face his challenges refreshed. The benefits of the Emperor, Major Arcana 4, can be seen here. By providing a stable, secure environment, the soldier can gather his thoughts and bring his best possible efforts to this situation. You need time to regroup. Although your situation is problematic, you will not resolve it until you can take some time out. Remove yourself from the situation, meditate, and find your center. By recharging your spiritual strength, you will bring your best efforts to solve the problem. Be aware of ignoring the problem by distracting yourself. This is not a card of escapism, but of utilizing your spiritual foundation for renewal. Yeah, escapism. Maybe you say escapism. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you got the message there. Well, maybe I should also relax and not be in here. It's so warm. I thought about doing a Facebook Live, but audio, but I haven't done it before, so maybe I would mess it up. I thought so. I do this as I am used to. So, well, I will do as I used to, but no one maybe listens for so long. But I will pull 3 cards or whatever comes up for if you choose. Anyone have a question? Like if no one else pop up and ask a question. Yeah. If you hold a question in your mind and choose number 1, number 2, or number 3, and then I will pick now 3 I will see how many cards, but sorry. This is for number, if you chose number 1 then. Let's see. What that would be. Oh, okay, I will have to shuffle them a bit. Whoa! So the question, no, not the question. Yeah, maybe the question, because this is 7 of Cups. This is someone who have many ideas, many lovers maybe, but no, someone who have many, I mean, lots of imagination, but doesn't focus on one. And sometimes the energy gets scattered then, so you can't manifest it because you have it's spread out so thin, you know. And it's also very important to keep your dreams or desires or thoughts or whatever it is in an upward, I mean, something that lifts you up, not something that brings you down. If you imagine horrible things all the time, then that will spiral down, and your whole system, your body, your cells, everything knows that everything is connected, not only other people, but also within, not the least. So it will not be healthy for you to focus on heavy negative stuff too much, and it will spiral you down. So it adds to it. It becomes a pattern that make you even more so focus on other negative things. So to keep this, you have a strong imagination, which is a good thing. So, but keep your visions. Now I hear, keep your visions to yourself. No, not that, but Stevie Nicks. But to, yeah, keep them to yourself. That's a good thing also. But at least keep them positive. Daydream, but do it in a positive way. And if you want to really, really manifest something, you maybe cannot have too many things to focus on at once, because it will scatter the whole focused energy that will make them manifest. Yeah. So I think that's it. I mean, here actually in the image you have very many beautiful and positive only, I guess, dreams or imaginations. Your emotions are, uh, you go for the beautiful things that you want. Yes, and there is a lot. Yeah, and it's spiritual also. I mean, you are interested in so many things, it seems here. Also, yeah, in all areas of life, and also the natural world, and they're all things. So here's like the violet flame as well as the fire and sparkles all around, and rainbow and a dove and some plants growing. So I think mainly you have this could be a suggestion to daydream and let yourself just drift when you do, in a positive way. Then let yourself be filled by all kinds of various ideas. um, so until you know that there is something you really want to manifest, then more than the others, then you can focus in on that. But maybe it's just to let yourself daydream, and maybe spend time on the beach and just hear the what you say, vågskvalp, the sounds of the waves coming in, and just let it lift you to a different space, let's say, in your perception or mind. Maybe that's the message here. Also, that there are cups, 7 cups. Maybe there is someone who like to party a bit. Yeah, but still, I think it's a suggestion to, as long as you feel good and this feels positive to you, I think you should allow yourself, if you have a vacation now or something, to, yeah, go for the good stuff, and without demands on things. Yeah. Okay, and then for number 2. Hi, there's 2 person in here now. Yeah. You can ask questions if you want, anyone who is here. I don't see who you are, so you don't have to go when I say it. I just see numbers, 1, 2. Okay. For number 2 anyways now. For the one chose number 2. What is an answer to that question? Whatever. Oh, there is no answer. No answer coming back to us. Let's see. You can think of a question and then see what, however this fits into it. The answer here. We'll see. Number for the those who chose number 2, if anyone does. Whoa, whoa! Many cards now. Oh, I can't take all of these cards, so I will just take a few. So for number 2, there were more cards, but those that were turned, that I take those 4 cards. Let's see. So here is some celebration. It could also be a new home, actually. If that's a question, someone. Oh no, I dropped something also. This is Knight of Cups. There is some. Yeah, it could also be maybe celebration of marriage or something, because this is like someone proposing or showing their love or so on. Okay, and then there is 7 of Wands. Someone who is a little bit maybe protective, but also because in this deck he stands in front of a door that is a little bit open, but he will then decide how far they can come. They won't be able to invade. And then we have Ace of Wands, which is the phallic symbol, but also it's very much about creative force, life force itself as well, the potential to create even more good things. And then the Knight of Pentacles, which I think this means that to be thoughtful, if this would be an advice, to not rush things, let them take their time. But overall, this is fabulous. I mean, the colors and images in these cards, they're very, very positive in this Knight of Pentacles as well. It's like flourishing. It's so green and yeah, I think you don't have to rush, even though there is a lot of passion or fire energy here. 3 Wands cards. Um, you don't have to rush, you know. But I think it's good that you keep certain elements out, that you won't allow, to keep like a safe space in a way, as this 4 of Wands shows as well. To keep some disturbing elements out, or those who you think might try to is that a word, top you? But yeah, everyone doesn't. I mean, even those who seem like friendly, I mean, they may be jealous, it may be all kinds of things. So if you have a bad vibe about anyone or some people, just keep them at a distance so that they won't be able to bring you down, as they might want to just to lift themselves up. So even if they are friendly otherwise. Yeah, there is some jealousy here, yeah. And it's understandable, because there is so many good things for you there. And then number 3, those who chose number 3. The answer to your question. This doesn't want to speak to me. I never used this deck. Maybe that's why they are pissed now. Okay. Think about a question and then let's see what the card says. I will have to use this more, because usually cards, so to speak, answer quicker. And this one is like, why should I talk to you? You never talk to me. Okay. So let's see. Here we have a King of Cups and 10 of Swords. Oh, so this is a very loving, usually mature male. And very, very, very loving he is. Oh, and so sweet. But he feels very he doesn't even feel backstabbed. He really is. There are people also here, maybe jealousy or whatever it is, but talking bad stuff about behind this person's back and trying to bring him down. Yeah, I don't know why. And obviously the whole king and so on can be a female as well. It's like the masculine energy of cups or water. So he's very emotional also and very loving, have a lot of love. But I don't know why. Maybe I have to pull some more cards here because there is some little what are they called? Deer that comes forward quietly looking if he's still alive when he fell down there in the grass, almost like with all these, or feel like defeated with all these swords in his back. I don't know really. I need to pull some other. I wish I knew the question some of you may have had, but I will just pull another card to explain this Ten of Swords. Let's see if I can understand more what this is about. So, Three of Pentacles. I don't know. It's jealousy, I think, and because this is Three of Pentacles, and this have to do with money. I don't know if this person have a lot of money, but they are so rich inside because they have so much love, and someone is working hard and maybe feel like that they don't get that same reward still for that what they feel is also perfect work, and so therefore maybe the jealousy make them that someone have more is really why they talk behind this person's back. And also when it comes to like black magic, actually I should have put this card up here, but the other day I pick up on lots of things. Usually when I just do readings, I don't go around picking up on things, but the other day I saw some pins going into heart, so I had to magically push them away. So bad for those who do that, because that will come running back to themselves. But still, it was actually almost like here there are swords though. But maybe that's that. Maybe that's the person who did that. I mean, but not only that. Also swords represent thoughts. It can be also we defeat ourselves sometimes, but also thoughts and words and so on. And even when we think badly about someone, we can send unintendingly kind of bad magic on them, let's say, if our focus is strong. So we may actually, I believe that energy have, because it is an energy and that have impact. So that maybe hurts this person, so it creates this loving person become exhausted or ill in some way or whatever. I must pull another card, then I will just let go to maybe understand this better. But it reminded me very much about what I experienced, and I thought, oh gosh, now I have to correct this then. But since I know how to do that, there is no harm done to me anyway. Anyway, so Knight of Wands and Page of Swords. So I think these are two people. Here is yeah, I don't. What can I say about these? What I think is that there are a few people actually talking badly about someone they admire because they aren't kings. This one is a king, and these are just a knight and a page. So they feel they aren't at the same level and status or what it is. So therefore, since they feel less, they need to want to bring that one down to feel higher themselves. That's what I see. And also I think this Page of Swords it may be the same person, so who is sometimes out on the riding on a horse, no, but sometimes like more actively in a fighting mode, let's say. Wands is fiery still, although oftentimes it's more like adventures here and so. But Page of Swords can really cut with words to clarify things, but also in this case probably use it in a not good way, uh, from pride or a jealousy perspective rather. So this, whomever this King of Cups is, take heart, it all will come back to them. And I mean, it have been a lot for this one. It can be in like a physical sense. They may not know about what they talk around in the back, I mean, at their back, but yeah, it will become better. I will have to do something about that, I think. Whomever that's for. Well, I will just end now. Take care, everyone, and I will talk to you sooner or later. Bye bye.